I didn't know
Yeah.
anything about trucks. I thought a fifth wheel on a truck was an actual wheel that was like under the truck. I didn't know that it was the
But
actual fifth
on the
wheel.
military, all right. So let's talk about get into your because you do have your own dealer.
You know, you see
Okay.
the car dealerships all over the place, but how many truck dealerships do you see?
Yeah,
Very
you
few.
don't. Very few. Yeah.
So, but that just makes it that much sweeter. But my route allows me to get into a position similar to what you just said, marketing and customer service course, and it was 3 days.
How do you stay update with trucking news? How do you know?
All the news, and I follow a few people who are actually I follow drivers.
And that changed my life a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you,
A
and a
lot of
lot
people.
of people, and a lot of people. Welcome to Black and White Podcast. We got a special guest in the building. His name is Joan. I admire you a lot. Since 2020, I think it was 2020, I went to a Freightliner to buy a truck. I'm like, this guy got nice customer service. You know how to talk. You're really good, really patient
I try.
with
I try.
people. That's the reason why, I say he's a good guest, a potential good guest to come to
I
my
appreciate it,
podcast.
man.
Thank you
Appreciate
for,
that.
thank you for coming. I just gotta let you guys know this podcast is powered by Industrial Motor Inc. We located in 31 Link Street, Pawtucket, Rhode Island. We do everything when it comes to car. We sell cars, we fix cars, we do remote start, tint windows, and just call the number 401 724 5878. Book your appointment and come take a look at our inventory. The website is down on the description. You can click the website, take a look at inventory. We finance anyone, good credit, bad credit. You can do the application straight on the website. Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right?
Go ahead
So
and subscribe.
subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So tell me, who's Huang? Huang.
So, I mean, I guess I'm a melting pot, man. Similar to just the Northeast. I guess that's why I ended up settling over here. I was born in Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
I was there till I was around 5. I ended up going to St. Croix, one of the Virgin Islands, and I was there for about a year. Then I ended up going to Puerto Rico. I was there for about 6 years, and then finally I ended up here in the U.S. Here in Rhode Island. I actually landed in Pawtucket,
Yeah.
and when I was around 17, then I joined the military,
Yeah.
and then I was gone for about 4.5 years, traveling the world, different states, and then I ended up coming back and settling, got a family, got some kids, and here I am now trying to develop my business.
Hold on, let's talk about military. When I was young, I wanted to go to the military, but this millionaire guy in Peabody, by the way, his name is Mike. He was the one who put me on to selling cars, go to the auction, do all this stuff.
Okay.
I've been doing this since 2016. My auction access actually says 2016 member.
Oh, nice.
So he told me he was a military. So I told Mike, I want to go to military. He told me, no, Luis, the discipline that you have, the focus, you don't need to go to military.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a waste of time for you. Don't do that. He told me I can see you 10 years from now. You're gonna be so good in life. So tell me about military. It's a good choice. If somebody's young, is confused, he wants to.
So, ironically, I joined the military by mistake. But I agree, man. Let me give you some flowers as well. Since I've met you in 2020, I didn't know you had all of this going on.
Yeah.
But I knew you were special, man. I just
Yeah.
knew you. Just the hustle mentality that you had. You don't waste time. Then I kept seeing you here and there, and now we're neighbors,
Yeah, we're
right? And I
neighbors.
could see you own your own house. You have the dealer going on. I saw how hard you went with the transportation side of things, and you are someone that is worthy of being looked up to, and you're someone that people can learn from,
Thank you.
right?
Appreciate it.
And that's the fact that you have like the podcast going on and everything, man. I really appreciate that, and I applaud that because it just shows other young men that look like you and me, that you can do it the right way. You can
Right.
still have the success, the money, the dream house, the dream family, and everything by doing things the right way. You just have to work.
Bro, especially us, because we came from a different country.
Yeah,
We
being
no
immigrants
English,
as
immigrant.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I first got to this country, my English was absolutely nothing.
Likewise.
And I never went to high school, nothing like that. Learning everything as I'm hustling, listen to people, TV and stuff. But let's go back to the military. I don't want to talk too much about
I hear
myself.
you. I hear you. So yeah, no, the military, like you know, knowing that you've done everything that you've done, I agree with the gentleman, the rich guy that told you not to join the military. Because what I got the most out of the military was discipline. I've always been respectful. I've always been well spoken, but I wasn't disciplined. I struggled a lot with. I was a good guy, but I was a guy that had a lot of potential, but they didn't use it.
Oh,
The military really turned me into a man, and it turned me into a disciplined person. It showed me to be organized. So, you know, if you already had that, by all means, don't waste your time. Because a lot of people ask me about the military. Was it a good? What type of experience was it? And I could never answer whether it was a good or a bad experience. It was both. Right? I like to say that it was just an experience.
yeah.
I learned a lot. I made a lot of good friends. It was a good experience because I made a lot of life-lasting friends. I learned a lot about leadership. I learned a lot about taking care of myself. I learned about taking care of other people.
Yeah.
Right. And it showed me that I could do a lot more than I thought I could do.
Right.
That's the good part of it. But I also saw the negative part of it. I was away from family for a long time. I think my part of the struggle and the sickness that my mom got. Part of it was because she was worried a lot. She was worried about me, my other brothers, and thinking things that while I'm in the military, a lot of people don't know that we literally go to work like everyone else.
Everyone, right?
You know, there are
You
some
guys
risks.
probably work harder than everyone else.
It's the environment and the conditions tend to be a little more stressful. But I wouldn't say work harder. For example, I was a heavy equipment operator in the military, and I operated a machinery. Like you see the guys on the highway operating backhoes, cranes, caterpillars, dozers, and that's exactly what I did. And I did it from 8 a.m. to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, like everyone else. The difference was that there's a lot more rules, right? Like dumb rules and just military rules that you don't see civilians having to abide by. And you always have the little niche behind that at any moment they can come and say, pick up.
When you say operate a machine, it's a construction machine, right?
Correct. So,
Because in military, you guys do construction.
well, yeah, we have to do, the military pretty much it's self-sustained.
They do everything themselves.
They do everything themselves, plus then some, because then in the military you have the infantry. I was a heavy equipment operator, but my machinery was completely heavy armored. So it was bulletproof and bomb-proof.
Right.
When you operate stuff in the civilian world, all you see is just the regular yellow equipment and so on. Same thing with like the truck drivers. I was attached. The unit that I was with was a combat engineer unit, but they had what they call Motor T. Those are the truck drivers. They transport everything, and they have the heavy equipment operators. So the same thing with the truckers. They drive trucks, but they drive trucks that are heavily armored.
Yeah.
And bulletproof and armored proof and all of that stuff. So, but it's still the same thing. You just have to adapt to those little differences where you're operating a vehicle that's a lot heavier. You're operating a vehicle under conditions where you could potentially be in danger,
Right.
and so on. But besides that, it's pretty much the same job.
Same job, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So if someone is watching this, thinking about going to the military, if you're not disciplined, go and learn how to be a man, how to be focused, how to do one task at a time, and be successful in life. So how did you learn customer service? What was your first job that you ever did? Not in the military. You went to the military when you were 17, then you left the military. Tell me about how your first job that you ever did.
Well, I had a lot of jobs. I started working when I was 12 years old.
Right.
So my first job was at the Boys and Girls Club here, and I was just around people who, like people when they were playing baseball, but I would be the guy that was chopping the grass. That was the first job, but I had to talk to people. Right. I've never been too shy to speak. I'm a quiet person, and I like to stay to myself. But when I want something, I go after it, and I'm not afraid to ask for it, whether I mess it up or not. When I first got to the States, I didn't know any English like you. And my best friend was an American guy. We played basketball. We just talked to each other. We didn't know what we were saying. We would just use hand signals and whatnot. Then my second job, I worked as a busboy. So that helped out a lot. And then I worked for Price Right as a uh, not a
How
receptionist.
old? How old you came here when you was 12
I came here when I was 11
or 11? All
and got
right.
my first job when I was 12.
Yeah,
So
boys in it's in this neighborhood.
the Boys and Girls Club is in this neighborhood. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay,
on
okay.
School Street.
So you've been here. You've been in Rhode Island for almost all your life.
Pretty much,
All
yeah.
your
But yeah, I'm 38 now, so
yeah, 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 yeah,
most
yeah.
of my life, besides the leaving and coming back and so on, but the roots seem to be here.
But you did. You went to high school, all that.
High school, I got here in fifth grade, and then from fifth grade on, I did everything in Rhode Island. I ended up going to Davies High School. But
Okay.
going back to your question, I saw how did I get I'll
Customer
answer,
service,
how did I get into speaking?
sales, customer
Just
service.
being able to speak to people, and I think it's just a trajectory. Even being in the military, you have to really be able to communicate on the dot. You have to be able to reply. You have to be able to speak to people. You have to be confident, and you have to look confident even when you're
Taught you a
scared.
lot, huh?
You know, so that I think that really taught me a lot. For in the military, and even after I got out of the military, I've always been in leadership positions. So that's also helped me develop my speaking skills and just being able to get my point across in a clear manner. So that's helped me out a lot. The way I got into sales, introduced to sales for the first time, but I wasn't even aware that I was gonna be a salesperson.
Right.
In 2019, right before the pandemic, when the pandemic was kind of kicking in, when everybody was freaking out and no one wanted to go out and so on, I was looking for a job. I was going to school in Curry College out of Mass, Milton, Mass, and I was doing business management there. They closed down the school, and at this point, they don't have the Zoom calls, and they just didn't know what the hell was going on. I needed a job, so I went. I was going to get a job for Chevrolet as a salesperson. I just felt, I'm in business. I need to learn to sell. It's a good combination. Ironically, my brother, who owns the transportation company as well,
Yeah, you told me about it. Yeah.
was buying a truck from Freightliner. And while he was there, they were selling the truck to a Spanish guy. The guy was going to walk away because no one there spoke Spanish. So
Okay.
my brother helped the manager close the deal. And then he tried to hire my brother, and my brother obviously wasn't going to leave his company to go work for someone else. But he said, I have a clean cut brother who was in the military, who knows how to speaks both English and Spanish. You should give him a try. I didn't even want to go there. I didn't
Yeah.
know anything about trucks. I thought a fifth wheel on a truck was an actual wheel that was like under the truck. I didn't know that it was the actual fifth
on the
wheel.
military, you didn't learn nothing about trucking.
No, because it wasn't my job.
When I saw you in the freight line, I thought you drive a truck.
No, I know how to drive the truck, but I just didn't know the truck language.
But you knew everything. You was telling me everything about trucking.
Well,
That's
at that point, I made it I made it a point that I was going to learn how to have a conversation about trucks. So I really busted my butt. I didn't have a lot of help, so everything that I learned stuck because I had to do it myself.
right.
So now I can have a fluent conversation with you, and now I know more than the truck owners.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure you,
You know,
do.
because my job is to know the components,
Right.
to know what the vehicle does, to know about a lot of different type of trucks.
Right.
But that's how I ended up at Freightliner. I just and I liked it. I liked the freedom we had. I liked being able to speak to people. I liked being able to help someone
Yeah.
and have the understanding that I'm helping this person get better their life.
Right.
I was selling cars regularly at like a Chevrolet or something like that. I wasn't gonna get any of that. I was gonna get the selling experience. I was probably gonna make a lot of money,
Yeah.
but it wasn't so in depth as much as the
Trucking.
the truck and sales side
Yeah.
was. So I fell in love with that, man. And
So you telling me that selling trucks, you rather sell trucks than cars?
yeah, 100%.
The reason why?
The reason there's a few reasons. One, there's less competition. It's harder to sell trucks than it is to sell vehicles. And on the financial side, by the time you sell 10 cars, you do by pretty much doing the same thing, but having the knowledge, you make the same amount of money by selling one truck. So you do a little less work. You the way that Freightliner got me was at Chevrolet, I was gonna have to work the weekends, work from like 8 in the morning to like 7 at night or whatnot. Freightliner was making similar money, but they were working from 9 a.m. in the morning to 5 p.m. in the afternoon and no weekends. I said, man, the hours are much better, right? And then when they showed you, the guy who was trying to buy me, to buy into staying with them, showed me the money, man. And I was like, hey, you know what? That makes more sense than over there.
Makes more sense than Chevrolet.
Yep. And
right?
then it's not easy for someone to just come in. It's a little more intimidating. You have to really bust your behind to learn about trucks, and you have to learn how to have that conversation with people. You have to know what industry, what class of vehicle you're talking in, and you have to know who knows about the equipment that they want to buy, who doesn't. You have to know when to guide them to help them get the best piece of equipment they need, and you have to know how to just simply speak to someone who knows exactly what they want.
Right.
You know,
right.
so-
Let's talk about more this this industry, being a salesman at the dealership, right? Probably a lot of people they think it's a good job, you make a good money, you just start off and you're good. So
No,
it's hard, right?
It's
hard.
It took about a year and a half before I really started kicking things off.
So when you were at the dealership, like I'm talking about a Chevrolet dealership or Honda dealership, you have your desk, you getting paid every week, even if you don't sell, or it's only if
No,
you
they
make a
they
sales?
pay you a base. There's a base. For example, at Chevrolet, I think they would pay like $600 a week, whether you sell or not. And obviously, you're measured because you don't want to chase $600. You want to chase money. You want to bust your behind to actually sell. But I never actually got going at Chevrolet. I went to the training. I got hired, and I was waiting because when the pandemic kicked in, Chevrolet was a regular car dealer, so it's not recession proof. When it became an emergency, they shut down. All the dealers shut down. Ironically, trucks are an essential thing, so they didn't shut down. They had to continue to sell.
Of course, yeah.
So that's how I ended up kind of saying, you know what, they're gonna shut down. I need money now. Let me start working with these guys. So,
Yeah, but if you let's say you're making 600, but if you don't make the sales, if you shine, if you're not working on yourself, you're not improving to sell cars, they will eventually fire you.
you'll have a conversation. I would imagine because they invest money into you.
Yeah.
I would imagine that I don't know because I didn't go through that experience. But if you're not providing and you're not generating money, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
You
right?
can't be a conformist. Someone who just understands, I'm going to come here and just get my little 500. Because Freightliner paid you even less. Freightliner's base was $500. So, but that's the thing. Who wants to make $500?
Right.
You know? And obviously, there's some people who are okay with that. I don't want to be confirmed with just $500.
No.
And I advise anybody who's in the industry, you're here to sell. You're here to grind. You're here to make money, and you can make very good money.
So
but you have to.
Let's talk
go
about
out there.
grind. Let's talk about grind. As a salesman selling cars at a new car dealership. Okay. So what are the strategy that you gotta do to bring customer? You just don't sit at the desk and wait for customer to come.
No.
What do you gotta do?
For example, you do get a little list and you get some help from the other colleagues who work there. But obviously, everybody wants to see you do good. They just don't want to see you do better than them.
Right.
So, I knew about social media. I knew about a little bit of marketing. I've always, like I said, I was in business, or I was already studying to be a business manager. So I kind of just started dabbling. I knew my market, what I was offering, the minority market was wide open. So I started. I had never seen it. I didn't even know that there were truck dealerships at all. You see the car dealerships all over the place, but how many truck dealerships do you see? Very few.
Very few.
So that was one thing. I had never heard, and I had a brother who had a transportation company.
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody really talking about
trucking
in a knowledgeable manner.
Right.
About trucking, I've never seen anybody post anything besides them posting themselves with you're driving in the truck and so on.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? It was a little intimidating because you're always afraid. When you're going to do something new, you're always afraid people are going to laugh, what are they going to say?
Same
and so
thing
on.
with me with the dealership. I left trucking completely to do this.
And there's a little bit of fear, but it's worth
God.
it. It's worth it. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's very worth it.
Yeah, we're going to get to that point. So, but we're gonna get to me buying this dealership. I want to share this experience because it wasn't easy for me to leave trucking. I was doing really good with
I
trucking,
imagine.
but I always dream of having a regular 9 to 5. I'm the boss. I'm the
Yep.
trucking. You know, it's overnight.
You gotta go,
It's
go.
every time. It's
Yep.
you working all. So what I'm
I
trying to
applaud
do.
you for that too, because it's. I always say the trucking industry is a great stepping stone, and you can make it a lifelong career as well, but you have to be very strategic about it. You know, and you have to want to do this for a while, and the idea is to eventually get to a point where you can still have it, but step back, make
Right.
enough money to pay someone else to become you.
To become you,
You know,
which is
so,
really hard to
it's
do.
extremely hard.
Extremely hard to do. Trucking, you got to be available almost 20. I remember when I used to do Amazon with 3 trucks. Man, I was working 20 hours, 23 hours sometimes. You work all night, you come in the morning, you got to go to the mechanic. But that's a whole nother story.
God
So,
forbid the truck breaks down or something.
yeah, so right now I'm a salesman, right? What I'm trying to do is learning with the experience you have right now.
Yep.
I'm not talking about when you used to work at Chevy. I'm talking about with the experience you have right now. I'm pretty sure if you go work at at any dealership, you will make sales. With experience, it don't matter.
Correct.
So, what are the steps you will take? What tools you gonna use to make more sales?
Social media, man.
Social
For
media.
me, it's social media, and obviously, it's a combination of things. You want to be ranked properly on Google. You want to get to know yourself, but the cheapest, easiest way, and if you can get a team to work that, even better. So in my case, I had to do it myself, and I appreciated it. I like to do things on my own. I like to struggle through it because if it's hard for me, it's going to be hard for someone else, and that just gives me an edge. And I learned a lot about marketing. For me, it's really social media, man.
Really social
More than
media.
and I have other avenues that I can take, like eBay, Google, the website. People do come in. Any little bit helps.
Yeah.
But where I saw that really gave me a boost was social media, because not just I know that every time I speak to someone, and not all the time do you get the person's information. Some people just want some quick information, and they want to go. They don't want to give you their name, their email, or anything. So you
Right.
can't even follow up with them. Social media, if someone reaches out to you, you know more about them than they would even say by simply going in. I still have this habit till today. I take the time to view every single person who contacts me, and I'll send them a request. I don't mind, and obviously for my business account. I don't use social media for any personal use, man. Very rarely. Every time you see any kind of action on my platform, it's business. It's business. So if I had to give you some advice on what would give you the most recognition,
Yeah.
build a strong platform for that business within social media. It's the strongest
But-
marketing strategy I think anyone could use today in business.
Social
general.
media, yeah, you got to be on social media if you own a business. But you was on social media, but you never showed your face, just your business. You don't.
Every now and then, I got some advice. That initially, it was just strictly business. I never showed my face. I just put trucks and so on. But there's so much fraud nowadays, and so many artificial intelligence marketing schemes and so on. Someone gave me good advice, and another thing, I invested in myself. I've been to a lot of sales classes. I've been to a lot of leadership classes.
Yeah,
I've
I
been
can
to a lot
tell.
of marketing classes all over the U.S. And I don't mind spending $1,200 and going to Missouri and sitting there for 4 days. Right now, there's actually Tony Robbins. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him.
Of course.
He's having an event. Luckily, it's a live event. He does it once a year, and it's 3 days in California. And for the first time, he's going to make it virtual. So I'm investing in that. For those 3 days, I already put it in my calendar. Things like that. That teaches you how to talk to people, how to understand the psyche of the people you talk to, how to match their tone, right? If someone comes in here and they're super loud, you want to kind of be at that heavy energy as well. You want to
Right.
match them. Hey, how you doing? Hey, my friend, and this and that. I'm sorry. Try to match their energy, build some rapport, connect in one way or another, because you're not selling any vehicle here.
Yeah.
You're selling yourself before
Right.
you sell anything.
Before you sell anything.
You know,
Yep,
so
yep.
little things like that help out a lot. And then just the right tools. Again, for me, it was social media. I understand that there's a lot of, my next step is building a team. A team where, because marketing takes a lot of time. Man.
It takes a lot
It's
of
a
time.
whole
Yeah,
nother job.
It's a whole nother job.
So it's very difficult. Once you get to that point, if you can afford to have a team that knows what they're doing. Now, there's a lot of companies out there that'll say, oh, we're a marketing company, come in. And they just use AI to generate a whole bunch of stuff. Half of it doesn't even make sense, and it's not relevant to your business.
No.
So as long as you're involved and you can have a team, and ideally for me, it's family, man. I'm literally training my kids to do marketing.
Oh, okay,
okay. And it's gonna take
They're
some
old,
time.
right? How old they? Yeah.
My youngest one is 14. My oldest one is 17. So
Yeah, 14. Yep.
so they're at that age. They're still lazy, but I want to show them. I want to eventually get them in. It's a help for me. Keeps it in the family, and I'm setting them up to have a skill.
Yeah,
Right.
hold on. I want to ask you something because a lot of this type of thing that you say, Toby Robbins, whatever.
Tony Robbins,
There's
yep.
people that charge you a lot of money to go to their event.
Mm-hmm.
Me personal, I look at it as a. You think you really gonna learn from it? Because everything they saying, it's already out there on YouTube somehow on social media. You can just listen to it, and I think it's more for the environment that does something
Correct.
to you, right? But
Well, it's a lot, man. I mean, just the energy itself.
the
right?
energy, right?
The
That's-
energy itself, and yeah, these guys aren't saying anything that you just can't go out and search for.
right.
But you don't have the ability. When you're right there, you can ask the questions.
Yeah.
And not just that, you're surrounded by like-minded people. Everyone who's there, no one's gonna go ahead and spend $2,000 or the $5,000 to go to this event, and they're gonna go lallygag. And these people are here for business.
Right.
They're investing their own money. They're investing in themselves. So you want to get to know. You do a lot of networking. You're connecting with other people who you can ask advice. Say, listen, I'm trying this. What do you think?
Right.
How are you doing this? And I've gotten so many tools and so many leads and just made a lot of great connections to going into some of these events. And some of them aren't even events. They're courses.
All right.
I did a course in North Carolina that was actually sponsored by Freightliner, the Freightliner factory. And it was a great leadership, a great marketing and customer service course. And it was 3 days, and that was very well worth it. I
was
came out
worth
of there with a lot of connections. Some of these guys still follow me. They see some of my content. If I ever need anything in general, like I know I can get a marketing team. Obviously, I'm still working towards that. I know I can get some more salespeople. I know I can get advice from people who've been doing this for a long time.
Right.
I know I can reach out. So the way I got those connections is by going out to some of these events and networking with people, not being afraid. The pie's big enough. I'm not the type of person who feels. Obviously, you don't give all your secrets because at the end of the day, it is a little bit of a competition.
Oh yeah. Of course. Yeah.
But it's not. The pie's big enough, and I think I'm a strong believer of the more you give, the more you receive. I'd rather 100% be a giver than a receiver.
Yep.
It feels better, and it pushes me to go even harder to be able to give.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you one question. It's just coming in my mind out of nowhere. How did you? Some people they not patient because I see. Remember, we took a truck for test drive. You was very patient, very no.
Correct.
Sometimes I see a client coming over here. On top of my head, I know he's just gonna bullshit me and then go away.
Yeah.
But
Part of the business.
part of the business. Yeah. Sometimes you don't want to talk to them. If a customer comes to fix a car, you don't want to touch their car because you're gonna tell them the problem. They don't pay you for the diagnostic.
But they tell you, then they go and take the problem and go to Joe Schmo.
Right. But teach me how in business, how you gotta deal with that. You gotta keep doing good even if the customer doesn't purchase nothing.
Correct.
You just gotta.
Well, I mean, obviously there is a limit.
Yeah.
If someone's just a tire kicker and is constantly coming around, now you know that guy is no longer a priority. Right? But that it takes a long. It's very obvious when someone just wants to waste your time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can tell.
But my advice would be you have to be consistent. Treat everyone the same, and you have to be patient. Definitely, when people come in, sometimes they're not ready to buy, but you're not after the sale 'Cause you can't do anything with one sale. You're after that relationship that you can build with that customer. Right. Even if they come in, sometimes they're just not ready to buy. I'm not a fan of the whole pushy sales guy.
Trying to force you to.
You gotta buy this. You gotta buy this. No, it's simple. I'm gonna give you the information that you need, and then obviously I'm here to help you and guide you to make the best decision I possibly can. If you're not ready now, it's all right.
Because let me tell you this. So you really got to look at the long run.
Correct.
You never knew that we're gonna be neighbor. You never knew.
And here we are. What, like 3-4 years later? You know?
Yeah. So, but you did so good that if you did bad, right now I can really tell somebody, go buy trucks with them. Go. Can tell everybody.
I appreciate that.
So I can do that. But if you was rude back then, I could say no, don't do it.
And that's
rude.
That's a part.
That
of
doesn't mean that you're rude.
No, I know. And that's the part of the strategy.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested in you buying one truck.
Right.
I'm interested in, obviously, besides that, you'd be surprised how many great relationships you've built out of just being that way. But I'm interested, business-wise, I'm interested in the long run. Truck drivers don't buy one or two. Like, for example, when people buy cars from like a brand new dealership or something, a brand new car, they won't come back for the next 4 years unless their kid needs a car and so on.
Right.
In the trucking industry, you're going to see this guy. And for example, I've had clients who've purchased 15, 20 trucks in 1 year. Right?
See?
Imagine if I'm not patient with the guy initially, not just patience. It's an art, man. You have to understand that you are going to get something out of this.
Yeah.
But you want to allow yourself and the person to build enough trust and enough rapport that when this guy has a question, now when he's gonna come by a truck, when this guy comes in and has a question about a truck, he's gonna think, "Oh, Jawan did a good job."
Right.
I'm friends with Jawan now.
Yep.
You know, and not just that. For example, because I start companies too, as you know, I help.
We're gonna get to that point.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is what I try to do. I'm looking at this. I might grow out of this, but I'm looking at this whole dealership at something that I'm gonna do until I retire.
Correct. God be willing.
God be willing. But
less headaches too.
less headache. I tried many different things. I don't want to try nothing else. This is fine for me. This is good for me.
And you enjoy it. It feels good.
I like
something you could be proud of.
I can wake up in the morning, go to gym, then come over here.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep that consistency when I was doing trucking. I couldn't because it was different hours, different
the schedule. So would you say having a stable career helps with your health? Would you say you feel more in tune with yourself, more focused, like things are just flowing, a little more in control of your life?
Yo, when you have a routine, when you're waking up at the same time, my alarm is at 4:45. When you have a routine, your life feels so good, and you're doing it for a while. It feels so good. Everything you can eat better, you can prepare your meals, you can. But when you have a career that you don't have a time, it's all over now.
I'm trying now what they call and I learned this from a book called the 5 a.m. group.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Yeah, I think it's like the 5 a.m. group or the 5 a.m. club. The 5 a.m. club. And I learned about the 20-20-20 strategy. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
No.
But it's about building habits. In the morning, before you start, if you get into the habit of always taking the most advantage of the first hour of your day, you set a base for the rest of your day. So the 20 minutes, and this is just habit building. And then eventually you can just pivot from there. Once you have a vehicle that's moving, you can take it anywhere you want. So the first 20 minutes, do some type of active activity to get the blood flowing, to get the oxygen going to your brain and so on. The second 20 minutes, do some type of meditation or plan your day, clear your mind, make sure that everything aligns internally. Right. And then the third 20 minutes, make sure you learn something new for that day. Read a book. Watch a podcast. Anything that's learning. If you manage, and that's what I'm working on now. I got a little bit. I got away from habits and just routine for a little while, but I'm trying to get back into it, and I could see the difference already. But if you haven't heard of that, man, and while you're in your routine, if you ever want to give it a try, I think it's a good
Bro,
strategy.
I got to a point that I'm so happy doing this. The business is not generating like crazy, nothing like compared with what I used to make when I was
Correct.
doing trucking. But the lifestyle, my Sundays off,
That's
know,
it. But that's what success is.
Yeah.
Being able to do with your time
yeah,
what you want. You just said I'm happy.
I'm happy. I'm not stuck.
That's priceless, man.
I'm not stuck in a job. I'm over here at the office, but I go buy parts. I go do this. I pick up my phone call. I can step out for
And you
doing.
know it's gonna come to an end. You're gonna be able to spend time with the family. You're gonna be able to relax, give yourself some time every
And it's
day.
easier to eventually if it will, because it will, this business will take off. I know for sure.
I believe that, man, and
Yeah.
I declare it, and I see it in less than a year. Give
Yep.
it a lot less than that.
Yep. So it's easier to teach somebody how to run this thing than teach somebody how to run a trucking.
Oh yeah.
Because trucking, it's a contract. Let's talk a little bit about trucking. Like I used to have a contract with the RXO hauling for Home Depot. So you're supposed to start at 5 a.m. So we work for RXO. RXO works for Home Depot.
Okay.
If you don't show up at 5 a.m., Home Depot will call out RXO and they will call you. So I'm depending on the driver. And if the driver doesn't show up, I have to go do it.
Yeah.
And if I don't go do it, it's a big headache. Oh, this customer is waiting for this product. You didn't show up. Now I got to pay this person. There's other trucking people to go recover your route.
Yeah.
I got to pay him an extra. I'm going to deduct from your check.
Yeah.
It's a whole
And,
headache.
and even when they do show up, you don't get to fully rest because you have that little concern. And I'm not saying that the trucking industry is a bad
No,
industry.
I'm not saying that
I
either.
love it, and I appreciate everyone who's in it. My hat comes off to them, and there's a lot of money to be made in the trucking industry.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but
It's one of the biggest industry in U.S.
you have to try. Not one of the biggest industry in the U.S. It's the third biggest industry in the world.
In the world,
The
yep.
world cannot move without transportation. It's the backbone of, as you guys say yourself. But
That's why truck never stop on a
when
pandemic.
when there's some kind of pandemic or a recession or something, an emergency, it has to keep going because everything you see around you right now, there's not one thing you can put your eyes on
They
in
never
here
got into
that's
a
never
truck.
been in the back of a truck.
Even a
So,
car.
Anything.
Anything, yeah.
When you go outside, you look at the sky. It's probably the only thing that, not even the road.
Not even the road.
You know?
Oh, yeah, not even the
So,
road.
but while you're building it, I know it gets to you
It
because
gets to you, yeah.
even when people are showing up and everything's going smoothly, man, if it's not a truck, it's a driver. If it's not a driver, it's a truck. And even if they show up, you're in the back of your mind saying, if something happens, I still have to be
Bro,
up.
if you see a phone call from your driver, you look at the, oh my God.
What happened now?
You don't want a phone?
Yeah.
Yo, it's crazy. Yo. Like,
People ask me, why don't you get into the, because as you know, I can easily get into it.
yeah.
And everyone's always asked me, why don't I start a transportation company?
Yeah.
I'm just not interested. And I know my route, it's a lot longer, but that just makes it that much sweeter. But my route allows me to get into a position similar to what you just said, where I am at peace, where I can easily train somebody
Priceless.
else.
That's
where
priceless.
I'm in control of my time and so on. And I'm not there yet, but I know that can come. And I'm working on it, right? And by the way, I fall asleep when I'm driving. So
Yeah.
I'm not the person to be behind the wheels.
Bro, I did so much driving, 3 Red Bulls and coffee, and I did that.
That's horrible for your body too.
I did that for a while, drinking.
How long were you in the
trucking?
the trucking industry? Yeah?
So I'm 31, so I got my CDL when I was 21.
Okay.
And I was 20 actually. When I was 21, I went to take the thing, and I started working for Coca-Cola at 21. I worked for a year and 2 months. Then I worked for DPI for 4 months.
Okay.
Since I was 23, I started my own company until 30.
Okay.
So that's
So about 10 years.
yeah, about 10 years. I did truck for about, yeah, 10 years. I did truck about as an owner operator.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I mean, yeah,
45 states. I've been to 45 states. Yeah.
it was the like I said, man. I think it's a great stepping stone.
Stepping stone. Yeah.
It's an amazing stepping stone, and even if you want to make a career out of it, but again, I don't think that unless you plan on just kind of leaning back. I know a lot of people who are owner operators. They just want one truck. They don't want to deal with anybody else. They want to treat their truck as a baby and travel throughout the U.S. If that's something you want to do, I think that's a great idea as well. I know people who take their family
Yeah.
and everything, but the aim I have is to fully back up,
Yeah. Yeah.
back
yeah.
away from it, and allow it to run itself. And I think it's within the trucking industry, it's very hard to get to that point because remember, if you have to hire a business manager, besides the fact that you have to trust this guy and you have to know that he's going to be, you got to clone yourself pretty much. The guy is going to make $275,000 just from, you have to give him that money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know?
So, you say truck, it's a good stepping stone. It is. I'm gonna tell you something. I had a overnight route. For that overnight route, changed my life a lot. Make a lot of money with it. It was from Franklin to Hudson, New Hampshire.
Okay.
You go back and forth twice. You get paid $850.
Okay.
So I had a driver. I did for myself for a little bit. Then I put a driver to do it.
Okay.
The driver messed up that route. He fought with the guy because he used to follow a guy, 2 trailers going up. And
Yeah.
he fought with that guy. I lost that thing. That was a perfect something that you can keep for the guy who fought.
No
they
traffic
hire
because it's overnight.
they hire another person to do it. That route will never end. It will never end. It's still if I could find somebody that could keep that thing going, I would still have it to this day. I can have a dealership and have that route going.
Correct.
But it's hard to find somebody who can control their ego, who can, be.
Who can be you? Who can
be you?
Who can care about your business
They used
the way that you care
the
about
guy who gave me say Lewis, but I was doing I couldn't do it because I had to sleep and take care of this other route in the morning. Bro, you get so tired, so tired. He told me, yo, Lewis, every time you hear everything goes smooth, the guy likes you, but I can't do it.
it. Yeah.
But
And
listen,
then-
if I knew, I mean, I could keep just that. It was a good job. $850.
Yeah.
You don't spend more than $120 in fuel.
Yeah.
So you
And
basically
you're doing that every day. So
Every day.
It's
Monday to Friday. That's a perfect.
that's a gold mine.
Yeah, imagine
You know?
how much money I used to make almost 5,000 with that job.
You know what? You have children, right?
Mm-hmm.
How old are your children?
One is 6, one is 1.
All right. Well, they're still far out. I
Mm-hmm.
was gonna say, train family, someone who you know.
I wish
a
my
little
2
brother,
brothers was there, bro.
Someone who you can really trust, and throw them into that. You know?
Imagine I had my brother over here. I could tell him, yo, do this. I'm gonna give it to you. This will change your life forever.
Yeah, man. And
You can buy a house with this. You can buy a nice car. You can buy anything you want with this job. Just be disciplined. Show up at this time. It's an 8-hour job.
Yeah.
Go up and down twice. You can take a nap.
Take sleep. Get some rest during the day. You have, and is it during the weekends as well?
No, it's Monday to Friday.
Monday through Friday.
Sometimes they
can't
call
ask
you
for
on
better than
Saturday.
that. And I wish I had, like I have, obviously, a lot of people in the transportation industry right now, and I wish that I could say, hey, I have someone, but I've had a lot of experience with referring people, and I'm very careful about it, But I'll keep that in mind. I'll know that you have that going on, and if someone comes along that I understand is a good fit, man, I'll definitely shoot them your way.
All right, so let's talk about get into because you do have your own dealer. You sell trucks independent. Now
Correct.
you're not working under no dealership.
Correct.
It's your own business. It's your own. How did you put that together? This whole logistic.
Pretty simple. I had to learn. Like I said, I start companies for other people. So the reason I got into that was because I had to bust by behind to do my own. So I registered the company in 2021, 2022, if I'm not mistaken. And from there, I ended up just brokering pretty much everything. I
Okay.
would find other people who couldn't sell their trucks. I would target people who I could see that they've been there for a few months or whatnot. I'd get in. I have the platform that'll give their equipment more exposure, and that'll help me sell it. So these guys were constantly. I got to the point where I got recognized as being able to move trucks fairly fast, right? The right equipment, and that allowed me to make a little bit of money. And then I said, you know what? I don't want to have a motor spot yet. Eventually, I do, but I know I want to be strategic about it. So we ended up getting an office out of Georgia, and the way that I'm operating is, I have the office, but we operate in as a dealership in broker mode, if that makes any sense. You know, so I can go to any auction. I can get any vehicle that I need to get. But when I sell it, and I can sell it, it's all under my company's name, but I don't need an actual lot yet. Because eventually it was a little cheaper to get my license down south.
So you don't buy the trucks.
I do. I've got the. Eventually, I was brokering where if you have a truck that you want to sell, and I still do that as well.
So let's say I have a truck that I want to sell. And then
Simple.
you will contact me.
No, you contact me.
Oh, okay.
If you can't sell your own truck, and your truck has been sitting here for months, and then you see my ad or someone tells you about me, hey, I have someone that can help you move that truck. Because your truck is just, the longer the truck sits, the worse that is for it.
Yep.
You know? They'll contact me and ask me, hey, can you help me sell your truck? And then I help them sell it for the most amount that we can possibly get, make it fit. And it all depends. There's a lot of different scenarios. If for some reason you have to sell the truck right away, you know you want to be at the bottom of the market. You want to be able to move that vehicle as soon as possible. If you have some time, you want to, you love your vehicle, you have some type of emotional value connected to it, and you want to, you've put all kinds of things into it, but it's a standard vehicle. It's just you put all the bells and whistles in it. At that point, then I say, you know what? I want to get you the most money I can get for your vehicle. I understand how much money you've put into it. I understand the type of machine that it is. We'll just have to be patient. So we'll put that one at the higher end of the market to try to get the proper value for this vehicle.
When you do that, right?
Yep.
It's my truck. The title is on my company name, on my name.
Correct.
Can you find somebody else and you can provide finance? You can finance my truck to somebody else,
Correct.
or you can do that.
So we can do that. There's two type of customers and two type of sales: a private sale or a dealership sale. Either way, I've built up a network, and I work with enough financing institutes that we can get financing, and it's customer based. Some customers don't qualify for a private deal. Some customers don't qualify for a certain truck that's too old or has an X amount of miles. Some customers qualify for everything, you know. So you have to. It's a situation based type of approach that you have to take to it.
So right now, thinking it's not actually hard to do it. So I just have to sell my truck to your dealership, and then your dealership will sell to that person.
My deal, you could. That's just a traditional way of doing it. Let's say you have a vehicle that you want to sell. I understand. If I'm a dealership, right? I understand that I can buy your vehicle, get you the value that you want, and I can still make a profit on it. And it's like a car. You don't want to buy a car and then get stuck or break even. Or we're in this business to make money.
Of course, yeah.
Right? That's a traditional type of transaction where I'll just buy the truck from you and then I'll do whatever I want with it and I'll sell it to my end user, right?
Yeah.
And when you work in broker mode, I never buy the truck from you. You keep the vehicle under your name, your title, and your vehicle never gets to my name. It goes from you to the end user. Now, the way that works is I don't charge the end user, right? We try to maximize the value of your vehicle. I charge you because you couldn't move your own vehicle.
Yeah.
Now I'm moving it for you.
Yeah.
And I'm investing my money for marketing. I'm investing my time, and I'm
That
getting
person will give the money to me, and then
and
I give it to you.
correct. So there's obviously has to be some type of trust, and I've actually, believe it
Of
or not,
course, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I've been through it, man. I've had a lot of people walk away with thousands and thousands of dollars, and that's okay. That's how much you were worth to me. I want to work with like-minded people. I want to work with people who are transparent. I want to work with people who value themselves, who are not money hungry. The money's gonna come. We just have to do a good job. The money's gonna come eventually.
You've been in a situation where the people didn't want to
Oh yeah,
so
plenty
many
of times, and
times.
I've had to just let it go. Obviously, you get angry and you're like, but if you want to be a little wise, you know what you have to lose, right?
Yeah.
So I've had people just with $8,000, $6,000, whatever, and I just, hey, that's fine, don't pay me.
Yeah.
That's it. That's about as far as I go as far as helping you. I've been blessed to have quite a bit of knowledge. I'm not the most knowledgeable person, but I'm pretty confident. And if I can't find a piece of information, I'm most likely know where to go to get the information or who to talk to. So you lose my support, my friendship, and the ability to help you make some money, to make some money together. That's
Right.
okay.
Right,
know?
right.
That's how I ended up getting my license.
Yeah.
Because I kept getting screwed. A lot of people wanted me to help them do some marketing, even dealers. But as soon as they saw, I have to pay this guy more than what I'm making, that's all they saw. They didn't see that if this guy wasn't here, this vehicle
It will not be sold.
wouldn't be sold.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to pay me more than what you make. I'm asking you to stay true to our agreement, right? Sometimes you're gonna make more than me. Sometimes you're gonna make more than you, and that's not my problem. I don't care if I make if I say this is how much I need from this deal, $5, give me $5. Don't wait for me to make the deal and then try to screw me out of it.
Yeah.
I expect that from the buyers, not from someone who we could potentially
Yeah. People not
do a
honest.
lot of business for years. So.
Yeah.
And I'm glad when the people who I've been in that situation with, I'm extremely glad, and I wish them the best. But it motivated me to say, you know what, just get your own things,
Yeah. Let me.
do your own, and
You took all as a lesson.
correct,
You
and it just motivated me.
do it the right way now.
Correct.
So right now, at the moment, out of Georgia, you have a legal dealership. Everything it's in place. Everything, like a actually dealer, right?
Well, not like a motor dealer like you have here.
Yeah.
It's an office. We complied with all of the legal regulations to be able to get our plates, to be able to get our license, and now we have access to pretty much auctions nationwide.
Yeah.
And we have access to a lot of vehicles.
Right.
I'm in the process of eventually what I want to do is open up in Rhode Island and in Mass. Right.
A dealer.
An actual motor dealer, commercial vehicles strictly. But I like the way things are going now, man. You just I store vehicles out of Rhode Island, but I operate. All of the legal documentation comes out of Georgia.
Comes out of Georgia. Yeah. So right now, at the moment, how your day look like when you wake up in the morning? What is your office? You work from home or?
So I work from home a lot, and obviously I can't go to Georgia every time I want to do something. So I set up meetings. I don't see people every day. Sometimes it's a little more busier than others, but I get up in the morning. I'm working on trying to implement the 20-20-20 rule or a strategy. Have my I don't drink coffee, so now I discovered this coffee called Rise. I don't know if you heard of it.
No.
It's a mushroom coffee.
Okay.
It's amazing. It helps you with the focus, your immune system, and all kinds of stuff. I have that when I get my day started. I go to the gym, get out of the gym, then I go and I start working on my marketing, which takes the longest time. I get whatever vehicles I'm gonna market for that day. I get them out, and then I start making calls. Whatever I plan my day the day before, so then I just start going through my calendar, calling whoever I need to call, meeting with whoever I need to meet. Eventually, just have lunch. I'm fasting now, so I'm trying. My lunch is at 5 in the afternoon. I'm working. I'm fasting. So I break it a lot, but I'm working.
Yo, that's my life right now. That's exactly what I do.
Really?
Yeah, I got a plan. I'm. People know me in Cape Verdean community. I don't know if you know, but
No, but I've heard about it. You've
yeah,
told me
my face
quite a
is all
bit.
over social media. So I got a
Yeah.
lot of people contacting me through
Good,
social
good.
media to do remote starts, to bring their car to fix,
Correct.
some to come look at a car. So I have to take my time the day before to do my to-do list. I do my to-do
Correct.
list, and when I get here, I do my put it on the board
Okay.
and do everything that I'm
And
supposed
then
to
check
do.
off from there. There's no better way, man, because one, it allows you to be more proactive. It takes a little bit of time the day before or early in the morning. I prefer to do it the day before
Or
because the morning,
the day before
I,
is
I
better.
still struggle with getting going in the morning. I'm just,
This
I don't want to
is,
say I'm not a morning person because you can
bro.
transform that.
Yeah.
You can change
Oh,
that, but I'm working on it.
this is one thing that I'm proud of myself because I really like the morning. I never been a person that slips all the way until 9, 10. I don't do that.
Okay.
I don't do that.
The morning is promising too because it's silent.
Yeah.
Your mind is super clear.
Yeah.
You can think better. Your ideas, the best ideas that I've ever come up with, man, have come in the night, like 3, 4 in the morning.
My wife gets mad at me because I wake up at 5 automatic. Sometimes no alarm,
Yeah.
and I'm up.
So I want to get to that point. I want to get to the point where I just don't even need an alarm. My body just gets used to it. The weekend doesn't help me a lot because when the weekend comes around, I sleep in with the wife and or we'll go out the night before, wake up late the next day, and so on. But I'm working on just creating that 5 o'clock. Becoming after I read that book, I wanted. It's called the 5 o'clock Club.
Yeah.
I want to become a part of that club. No matter where I am in the world, no matter what's going on, 5 o'clock every day.
Right.
You know.
Bro, let's talk to the people that people say, oh, they both do trucking. They both understand a lot about trucking. Where do you see trucking industry right now at the moment? How do you stay update with trucking news? How do you know?
All the news, and I follow a few people who are actually. I follow drivers. You get a lot of information just from talking to people in the industry themselves,
Right.
and it's a different feed. All right, and then I follow dispatchers too. They always know exactly what's going on. And then I follow analysts, people who analyze the transportation industry because
I used to follow a few of them.
I forgot the name of this young Karen. Not Karen. Ah man, I forgot her name. She's an analyst, so she's always constantly saying, letting us know what's going on within the. I'll send you when I get a chance, because I'm subscribed to her. I'll send you the link. She always knows what's going on in the transportation industry, deep, like the bigger picture, right?
Yeah, bigger picture. Right?
Right now, it's. I don't know if you're going to agree with me, but in the transportation industry is in a transition process where it's getting a little worse just to get better. And I think people are starting to see the better side of it now. When I say better, it's fuel's going down, loads are going up, right? And there's less competition. That's the formula, right? Last year, I know the FMCSA last year started a transition where they were taking 163 people. They got stricter about who was going to be on the road. One of the situations being just if you don't speak English.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I know a lot of guys, especially from our community, want to complain about that, but we need that. We want someone who can have a conversation with DOT. We want someone who can read a sign that says danger, don't go into the zone or whatnot, right? And I'm an immigrant myself, and I had to learn English myself. But if I was in my country and someone else came, I would want the same type of regulation. So I can't come to America and want something that I would want in my country, but I don't want to be being implemented here. In my country, they have this saying says, you want a cop to give you the chance, but you also want a cop to keep order.
Right.
Can't have both.
Yeah, I can't.
You know? So as far as the transportation industry, I understand. And it's tricky because we're coming from the whole pandemic situation where a $500 load was
Oh yeah. When
$1,500,
when
$2,000,
Amazon
you know?
used to be around.
So A lot of people that created a huge
Expectations.
man, it caused a whole bunch of people to come into the way more than it should be to come into the transportation industry because everyone was making money, right? That that immediate group that came in, now that things are going back to normal,
They're not used to it.
they think, ah man, this business sucks. They think, oh, it's going down because they only know when we were going through a phenomenon, not a phenomenal, but it was crazy, right? The pandemic was something that we really weren't expecting. We haven't seen anything like that for the past 100 years. I think the last time was when the Spanish flu happened in like 1920 or something like that, right? For people who've been in the transportation industry, who know that this isn't going
It's not
down,
forever,
it's going back to where it's supposed to be,
Bro.
right? They understand that now with this whole Venezuela thing that happened too. I'm not sure, and I don't want to comment on that, but I understand for the trucking industry that that's a good thing.
I'm gonna tell you something. When I did Amazon, when it was really right
At its peak.
at its peak, paying crazy money. Yeah, I did that, and that changed my life a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you, and a lot of people, and a lot of people. So, but I had how do you say compadre in English?
Compadre. Oh, no, I don't think there's a word for compadre, but let's say like a best friend. Or compadre is your kid's godfather.
My kid's godfather.
Yeah.
We used to do Amazon together, but he's been in a trucking 10 years prior, did FedEx.
He knew the norm.
He used to tell me, a lot of us, this is not going to be around forever.
Yeah.
Let's do the best we can.
And let's make as much money as we can.
Let's make as much money. He was right. He was right.
100%. What did that last? What, like 2 years?
2 years,
About
almost
2
three.
years.
Almost three,
Everyone thought that was it for life.
2021, 2022.
A lot of new Escalades, a lot of new houses.
A lot of people made a lot of money. You go to work in one night, you make $3,000.
Yeah. One load that normally you would get for like 800, 500 bucks.
Yeah.
But it's going up. All right, right now, because I did a little dispatching too, and that's another service that I'm going back into. I think that's a promising business as well. Anybody who can get into that industry.
What about broker?
Both. Broker, it's a little heavier to get into, but there's a lot of money there too.
That's a lot of money.
Now,
I
both
heard
of those
brokers make more money than truckers.
Not initially. You have to build yourself, but what it is you can step away from it, right? And it's super scalable. It's because once you have the structure, all you have to do is just train people. You don't have to get more vehicles. You don't have to maintain anything. You just train people.
I know a guy that lives a really decent life, good life in Cape Verde.
Yeah.
He does dispatch from Cape Verde to U.S.
That's the sauce, and not just him.
And imagine the money that he's making, the money that he collects. It's a lot of money. He has a few people.
How much is it? What do you guys call Cape Verdean money?
Escudo.
Escudos. How many escudos is it $1? How many escudos is the equivalent of $1?
100 escudo. 100 escudo. Yeah.
100? Okay. In DR, it's 62 pesos for $1. The idea, if you can manage it, again, we can talk about this because it's not everyone wants it, but very few people are willing to go through the struggle to get there.
Yeah.
And that's what makes people like you, like me. I consider myself to be a 10%er, man. I don't need the money to be a 10%er.
Oh, no,
it's my mindset.
You got the mindset. You got
the mindset,
definitely,
man.
Yeah.
So, for me, it was dispatching. I really enjoyed dispatching. For me, it took a little bit of time and some anxiety to get going, to make that first call, which was super cool. Just being able to just challenge yourself a little bit, and then I saw how I could make the money. I tried, and then the biggest challenge is hiring good people who are responsible. Right? But our country tends to have more responsible people than the general public here.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
more need,
yeah. More
and
need.
they don't
If
play
you,
about their food. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah. If you pay them good, they will do the job.
they'll do the job and they'll do it perfectly.
They will do
Um,
perfectly. They will show up on time. They will not talk bad to you. They will listen and everything.
and
Yeah,
on top of that, you can change someone's life.
yeah. Change
So
someone's
I'm
life.
very interested in that business. Again, it requires a team, and what's one of the hardest things is finding the
Yeah,
right
and you gotta
people.
start to do this. You gotta start slow and build a
Build up.
group of trucking. But it's gonna be easy
How
for you
did you
because you
did
know
how did you do your dispatching? You did it yourself?
my wife used to do
Oh,
it.
okay. Oh,
Yeah,
that's important.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
important.
We used to do car carrier. I did car carrier for 5 years. That was the first thing
That's
I
a good. I
did.
like that business too.
Yeah, it was a good business. That I make a lot of money doing car carrier.
Okay.
So my wife used to. My first year in business, it used to be me and my wife in the truck. I drive and she looks for loads,
You
and
guys
then
no kids
no
at that point?
kids,
Ah,
no kids.
that's cool, man.
We did that.
Was you
And
guys doing nationwide or
nationwide.
that's where the real money
Georgia,
is. Just
Georgia,
you,
Florida.
you have your wife.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
7, 8K, 9K a week,
Nice.
every week. Pushing,
Once
driving,
you have the
driving.
kids, and ironic, obviously,
Yeah.
you kind of have to push it back. But if there's any young people out there, and the young people who are listening, if you have a little girlfriend, man, and you can get your CDL,
Oh my God. Both
one,
of you.
and then the experience, yeah, both of you, because then you do the team driving,
Yeah.
and then the experience, you see your eyes open, and because instead of staying within the bubble, one thing that going back to the Marine Corps, one thing that I really appreciated about the Marine Corps was I was always raised around Dominican people and Spanish people and so on. And then when I got to Rhode Island, it was just Rhode Island, right? Once I joined the military, I started meeting all kinds of people, all people from all kinds of different cultures. That was super cool, man.
Right.
That opened up my eyes. When I would come back to visit here, just the conversations alone, I felt like, wow, I know something they don't know. And simply from exposure, man, from being out there. That's why I say if you these young guys, if you can get a CDL, you and your wife can get a CDL, get a truck, and go out nationwide, man. It's a promising
Yeah.
situation, and
It's a
you come back
nice
a
stepping
lot more
stone.
knowledgeable.
You go make a lot of money.
Yep.
Then you change your life. Yeah. Sometimes you just need you need a good amount of money. Then you can do something
You
else.
can do something else.
You don't do it forever.
Yeah. One of the things I want to, for example, for me, I have a lot of different ideas because I'm still in the process, right? And I want to enjoy the process because I don't know if tomorrow's never promised.
No.
But eventually, where I would like to land, once I'm ready to kind of slow down a little bit, it's real estate, man. Real estate worldwide, my country, wherever there's an opportunity, nationwide here, and being able to scale that business up little by little and allow someone, and then when I build it enough and I have enough income to give that business manager $250,000, $300,000, or that property manager, whatever the amount the payment is, and I can step back and just oversee everything.
Right. Yeah.
And then
Real estate. Yeah, it's a good
I
business.
can go and grow some juca and
Right. How old are you right now?
plantains.
That's not a good question. Bro.
39.
39.
The 38, about to be 39 in March.
Yeah. Now you can do it. Still young.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's give a young guy look into this, watching this podcast,
Yeah.
a good advice about trucking. I can't say anything bad about trucking because it changed my life
Absolutely.
a lot. It changed my life. I don't know any other thing that I was able to do so young to make a lot of money and own a house, buy multiple trucks. At one point, I had 8 or 9. I don't know. So trucking, it's a good industry, but you gotta be willing to work hard.
Correct.
If you're not willing to work, because I always say
You don't
this,
get a truck and then everything changes. You get a truck and then the grind starts.
the grind start, the real grind, if you really want to make it.
Yeah.
And nowadays, when I used to do it, like 10 years ago, or 9 years ago, they used to be less tricky about electronic. Now it's more like
Oh
you
yeah,
gotta,
it's a lot more traceable.
yeah. Yeah,
Because before you guys would even just tracing your hours and your miles, it was manual.
Yeah.
You would write it down on a piece of paper and make sure you kept track of it, like a log, a manual log. Now they have the digital log where
Yeah,
it
you
does it
can't-
all for you. There's no messing around
you
with
gotta keep the thing connected to the truck. If you remove it, it will catch you lying.
it. Correct. Yeah. DOT's not playing around, especially now that they're trying to get rid of people. So,
Right. But yeah, it's a good industry.
yeah, I would. I wouldn't say that I would say so. I know it's an amazing industry.
Yeah.
For hustlers, for people, for pretty much for every stage of life, right? Because like I said, I know some of the owner operators who are in their later stage of life. They just want to. The kids are out of the house. They have their wife. They just want. They take the wife and the dog, and they just kind of want to go travel.
I've been in
while
a
they
truck.
make some
I've been
money.
in a truck going back and forth to New Jersey, me and my wife and my kids, so many times.
Yeah, so that's that.
many
So
times.
that's that stage, and then you have the young hustlers who want to get going. Then you have the guy in the middle who wants to build a fleet. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity in the trucking industry, and it doesn't require. I wouldn't say. It just requires some discipline, and some dedication.
No. And I'm gonna tell you this: as a man, as a real man, you don't look at the struggle, hustle. It's hard, and you don't complain. You do what's must. You gotta.
You do what must be done.
What must be done. You know, get into
agree.
trucking. Like you said at the beginning, use that as a stepping stone. Buy a house, buy anything, and then
Position yourself.
Yeah, position yourself good, and then you call it a day. You
I agree.
Do something else.
I agree,
right?
man. I say that there's no coincidence, right? What you put out into the energy you put out, that's what that's what the universe and God is gonna give you.
Back, yeah.
If I wasn't in the vibe or the line that I'm in right now, you wouldn't have contacted me to come here to talk about personal growth, business, and just bettering yourself
Right.
As a man, as a human being, and on top of that, as an immigrant.
Yeah.
Right? We do have the opportunities.
Right.
Why not?
right.
Why not us?
Why not?
Yeah,
Bro,
so-
thank you. Let's wrap it up. I'll see you next time over here.
Absolutely, bro.
Thank you for watching and subscribe to our channel and be ready for the next guest. We're going to educate Rhode Island.
Amen.
Thank you.
Make sure you guys subscribe. Have a good day.